A man stands on the edge of a cruise ship, 20 meters above the ocean. One jump, one splash, and suddenly, the impact isn't the thing trying to kill him. Because the moment he disappears beneath the surface, a far more terrifying countdown begins. Imagine floating in the middle of an endless ocean. No land, no boat, no rescue in sight. Just water stretching beyond the horizon in every direction. The real question isn't whether you survive the fall. It's whether you survive what comes next. At first, the ocean might seem strangely helpful. Salt water is actually more buoyant than fresh water, making it easier to stay afloat. In fact, most drowning deaths happen in fresh water, not salt water. But here's the strange part. The same water keeping you alive can slowly destroy your body. If water enters your lungs, salt water behaves very differently from fresh water. Fresh water can invade lung cells, causing them to swell and burst. Even after rescuers remove the water, the damage can continue. Salt water is slightly less destructive in that specific situation. Sounds like good news, right? Not for long. Because now another enemy appears. One you can't see. Dehydration. You're surrounded by water, yet every drop around you makes your thirst worse. Drinking seawater forces your body to use even more water to remove the excess salt. The more you drink, the faster dehydration accelerates. And that's when things start changing. Your mouth dries out. Your thinking slows down. Dizziness creeps in. Fatigue hits hard. But that isn't even the craziest part. What if there was a way to find drinkable liquid in the middle of the ocean without a single bottle of water? Because the answer is far stranger than most people realize. As the hours pass, your survival depends on something most people would never consider eating. Fish eyes. Sounds disgusting. But in a life or death situation, they could become one of your most valuable resources. Large fish eyes contain a watery fluid that can provide small amounts of hydration when absolutely nothing else is available. Survival experts have discussed this tactic for decades. It's unpleasant. It's desperate. But desperation is exactly where you're headed. And this is where it gets weird. The ocean isn't only attacking your thirst. It's stealing your body heat. Even when the air feels comfortable, water pulls heat from your body up to 25 times faster than air. That's a terrifying disadvantage. In cold water, hypothermia can begin within minutes. Blood retreats from your hands and feet. Muscles weaken. Coordination vanishes. Simple movements become exhausting. The cruel part? Panic makes everything worse. The harder you struggle, the faster you burn energy and lose heat. So survival requires doing the exact opposite of what your instincts demand. Pull your knees toward your chest. Stay as still as possible. Conserve every bit of warmth. But here's the twist nobody expects. The greatest threat isn't always sharks, storms, or giant waves. It's time. Every passing minute chips away at your strength, your judgment, and your chances of being found. And while your body fights dehydration and hypothermia, another invisible clock is ticking. A clock that keeps counting even if you somehow survive the first night. Because after enough hours in the water, something begins happening to your skin. And what happens next changes everything. By now, you've survived dehydration, battled hypothermia, and somehow stayed afloat. But the ocean has one final surprise. Your skin is beginning to fail. Most people assume wrinkled fingers are harmless. They're not seeing the full picture. After prolonged exposure to water, your skin starts breaking down. Protective layers weaken. Tiny openings form. Sores can develop. And here's the shocking part. This damage can happen even in water that's completely clean. Once the skin barrier is compromised, bacteria and fungi gain easier access to your body. Infection risks rise dramatically. The longer you're stranded, the more dangerous every hour becomes. Suddenly, survival isn't just about staying alive today. It's about what happens tomorrow. But here's the biggest twist in this entire story. Most people think surviving at sea is about strength. It's not. It's about preparation. Before a boat trip, a simple message telling someone where you're going could become the difference between life and death. Rescue technology has improved dramatically, but rescuers still need clues. Every detail matters. A departure time, a destination, a return plan. Those small decisions can save your life before disaster even happens. And that's the terrifying truth. The fall from the cruise ship was never the real danger. The real danger was becoming invisible in an ocean so large that finding one person can feel impossible. So here's the question that lingers long after the rescue helicopters leave. If you suddenly found yourself alone in the middle of the ocean right now, would you know what to do before the sea decided for you?